we are on learning the Android setting up development environment, the Alvik virtual machine, and activity and all those. And then in this session, we will learn the UI components. So basically, UI component is not that small thing. We will cover it I mean a little, and then we will come up with all those things. So when I start the sequence, someone in the middle asks me the questions related to our previous sessions, like Java, questions from Java, like what the difference with what is like overriding. Now, what is overriding? I've explained you yesterday as well. I mean on the Saturday, and I asked you to do the revision on that. I'm not on the sharing screen. Let me share my screen. Let me share. So basically, I am on the track on the fashion of like understanding you the basic of the fundamental building blocks activity I have explained you. Service broadcast receiver content providers I need to give you the overview, and then we will go through the UI components, what is intent and all those stuff, and Android API levels, version names. So I was saying like I am on the same track, but the issue is like some people, some of the participant asked from the previous session those doubts. So I need to clear those as well. I need to clear those as well. Like, but you must have read by yourself like what is the like those basic concepts like what is overriding. Because if you continuously asking me such questions like what is method overriding, then we won't able to focus on our what we are currently doing. Fine. So those basic concepts you have to keep in the mind what is overriding. It's and everything is in the what it in the programming is the same as in the general language. With the general language, I mean like if you are saying override, override means one over the other. Download all the versions of Java for opening. It is asking where to open Notepad. Now, you must have only the exe file that will download you the Java JDK. I don't know what you are doing. You are opening it. No, you don't need to open. Okay. So Gradle, I already told you all those things like basics I've explained you. Now let's go to the let's move to the fundamental building blocks of the application and how to set the title, those resources we were discussing uh, before completing the session. We will discuss about the layouts and the resources. Fine. So let's begin. Now this is the design that we have. Let me zoom it. Sorry. So I'm explaining you this thing, the resources. If you want to take any image in your application, let's suppose in this page you want to display your application, how you will show? You will take a image view, right? We will do it everything with the layout. So if I take a image view and I will set a source, then it will appear like this image in our Android application. I will take a magnifier like this. This is the image that is in our application. Fine. So we will learn the layout designing. We will see this how to how this title of the application, my first app that appears, where it is stored. So before therefore we have that file, Android manifest file. So let's discuss about this file. What is Android manifest file? So this is very important file, Android manifest file, as because it is the brain of the application. Brain of the application because every application activity, the activities that are part of this application are stored, are registered in this manifest file. Let's suppose you have an application that you need to go from one page to another. Let me connect a device. So this is our application. Now what I want, on click of this, I will appear to next activity, then next activity. You can you can move from one activity to another. That for that you have to code that your activity must be registered. Now what else is in this? This manifest file holds all the properties of the application. All the properties of the application means like icon, application icon, what icon should be available, IC underscore launcher. Let's suppose I need to I need my icon to appear like this. This is 13.7 MB file. Let's take some small picture. Let's let me save some sniping tool. Let's save this as an image file. Save as in the desktop test file. Fine, I save it as PNG on desktop. Save. Now let me check. This test file.png file is here and its size is 16.3 KB. Now I copy this file and I'm pasting it in the IC launcher, in the map, sorry. Okay, test file. I have created a file. Its name is test file and all letters must be in small case. All letters must be in small case. Now if I want my icon, it appears like test file. Now if I run my application, now the icon will be changed. Let's see what the new icon. So new icon will appear later. Look, this is the new icon of the application. Fine. The icon of the application changed. Am I audible? Am I audible? Fine. So no one is asking the question. So I have changed the image from the basic image, from the default image to whatever the image I want to display for my application. I have changed that. How? I'm telling you again. I copied a PNG file, a very small size file, copy and paste it in the map folder. It should be in the name of the file must be in small case. Fine? Small letters or underscore you can use alphanumeric basically, but it's small. So map paste. Now in the icon, how can we change image or on predefined apps? Predefined apps like if you want to change in the WhatsApp, no, you don't have it the WhatsApp code. You don't have the WhatsApp code. You can't change. So this is your application. You can change. You can define it, your the name of the whatever the page, whatever you will the image you will take, you can give the name over here. So we can also use IC underscore launcher as well. Yes, previously it was IC underscore launcher. So what is allow backup? Allow backup is that is this application is its application data is restored or backed up. Can we can the data be restored or the backed up? So this is what the permission. After that label, this is the label. Like if you see this application, my first step. The title is my first step. So you can change this, and the outside name is that is label, like my first step. This is the title, my first step. My first step. You can change this. You cannot change into IC underscore launcher. IC underscore launcher is an image. I let me explain you now. Basically, image is of like five or six. A single image need to be of different types. How to do that? Let's suppose click on an image, new image asset. Go to the image asset. This is generally a developer do how to create an image in Android. And because everyone has different resolution mobile phone, so you cannot have a single resolution type of an image. You must have different resolution type image. So how you will do? I'm telling you again, be careful, look again. Right click on the map map. Just write down the step, right click on the map map, new image asset. Image asset, select the icon type. Select the icon type. Let's suppose you want the launcher icons. Fine. So you have different. You can select asset type as an image. Now you can choose any image for you. Let's suppose this is the image you want for your application. Select it. Okay. Now this image will appear to you with the name IC underscore launcher and then PNG. Some file existing will be overwritten. This will be overwritten. I'm going to previous. I name the changing the name underscore new. Okay. Next. Now the new image will be IC underscore launcher underscore new. So a new folder is created. Look. IC underscore launcher underscore new. Image is single, but its variant. We have its variant as per the sizes: HDPI, high density, medium density, X, extra high, double X, and then XXX HDPI. So we have five variants of a single image because every screen has different resolution. Clear? So let's suppose I wanted my this image. I need to cut it. I need to make it available for any size of device. This is for demo purpose for you. When you will start learning, keep learning, you can use any image name. So I just copied a PNG image from desktop to here, test file, and I can see that. Fine. Give us a step-by-step hands-on. Help them execute parallelly with you. You are very fast. Hmm. Will it automatically upload into all size formats if we have a PNG image while uploading it? No, it will not automatically upload into all size format. Just example, I have taken a PNG image and paste it in the map. Fine. So if you see, only one type of there, one variant is there. For all sizes, you need to cut it. Let me show you. There is a way to cut it. There is a one website is also there that generates you a variant, and there is a image asset is there also. Okay, launcher icons. Let's have image. Let's path. Give the path. Give the path. It's in the desktop. Let's go to the home. Home user desktop. This is my desktop. What's the name of the file? Test file.png. Okay. I have the test file.png. Fine. I will give a name IC underscore launcher underscore test file. Fine. So its new variants are created. As you can see, for medium density, for high density, for XSDPI. You can do it for any image. Fine. Next. And then finish. So in the map, IC underscore launch underscore test file, 5 variants are created. Fine. Look at the sizes of these. If we can see in the properties, show an explorer. Properties. Look at the size. It's 2 KB only. Fine. So that is how it is useful. Reduce the size of your application. I hope you understand the steps I have shown you. Right click in the map, new image asset, select the image asset, select any image with the path, and then it automatically generated. You can choose the default images with the clip art. Clip art, select the image. It will show you the different options like this. These are by default icons that you want to use in your app. For example, these icons. You have so many icons, so many. When you go visit it, you will see, look, call logs icon. If you want to display the calling feature, you can use this call log. So many stuff like social में you have that sharing option, you have those emojis, all those. Can we use JPG file? No, I told you should not use JPG. You can use, but it is not recommended. You should not use. Also, do we have to mention extension of the image? It is, if it is automatic generating, then it automatically generated in the .png. You don't need to define anything. Fine. So this is about the icon. Now label. Now very important thing I am telling you. Please take a look. There is a file in this, in the values, there is strings.xml. What is this? Basically, let's suppose today you want your application, uh, uh, you want to give the name of your application in Hindi language or any other language. Fine. So this is the file through which you can control your application strings, like string name, uh some text, let's suppose some text, some underscore text, and I'm giving discover. I'm giving anything, any text. Yes, these files get self created. These three colors, strings, styles, these are self-created files. You don't need to create. Colors, strings, when I loaded, this is a new project I created in front of you. I did not create anything. I'm just adding in these modifications in the files. I'm creating the resources. So I created a string, some text. So how can I use it? At the rate string. This the meaning of at the rate string is it is referencing to that file. At the rate string. It automatically understands that it need to take the resource from the string. So I am changing it app name with the some text. Some text. Now if I run the application, it will show me discover. My application title changed to discover. Let's check. If the other will running. Now the new application name will appear. My first name is there. Now there will be discover if I will show you. See? Discover. Discover. Clear? Application name changed to discover. Discover. Now, more things. Round icon. That is again you can give because it automatically generated the round icons as well. Supports ITL to what it mean ITL? ITL means right to left. What is right to left? You know that countries like Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, those countries that write the in the language from right to left. So Android provide that facility also, like your app will provide you the right to left text data. So you can keep it true, you can keep it false for your application. Do we need to create bitmap folder or it is created automatically? It is created automatically. Bitmap folder is automatically created. Theme. Now this is very important. If you see this application, what's the theme of the application? It's a green color. It's a green color. For example, this application that I've shown you like this, what is the theme? It's blue. It's a blue theme. Theme is blue. And its buttons are green and those. Now, let's suppose you want your own theme. Create like it's a wallet color. You want the wallet color. You want the Insta blue. You want the Facebook blue. Or you want to create your own theme. How? Theme, go to the theme. See, there is a styles.xml. Can you able to see this? I'm zooming it. Styles.xml. Where it is located? In the Android and the app, there is a resource. RES directory. In the RES directory, there is a values. In the value, there is a styles. Fine. So in the styles, as I opened, you have item name, color primary dark, color accent. Now this is predefined text. Predefined text means you cannot write like color primer. No, it is set. It is set. Color primary. You can change this color primary from the file colors.xml. In the colors.xml, you can define. Clear? Let's suppose you change it color primer. Fine. And its color will be 00CD00. This is hex code. Hex code of light green. Okay. Instead of style in my executed themes.xml. Fine. Because in the style you are creating the theme name is app theme. Can we use RGB or RGBA format? No, you cannot use. You have to give the hex code over here only. By coding you can do. By Java code you can convert. By Java code you can convert. Difference between image asset and vector asset. Vector asset are 9 patch images. 9 patch image बेसिकली अगर तुमने देखा हो तो when you have अगर तुम्हारी applications को like let me explain you in this way. Like you have this box, okay? Now you are resizing it. This, then this, then this, then this, then long, then this, then this, then this. Fine. And you want to make it like custom image. You want to do like this curve. You want the curve like this. You have a rectangle box. Fine. You want to customize it in your way. You want this border this way. Then from here also after rectangle the corner rounded. This, this rounded, this rounded. If you want this rounded image, which will be used as an image, you can create it by your own using vector image. Let me show you. In the bitmap, right click, new, vector asset. If let's it is generated. Next, finish. And it is a blank. It is nothing. You can create own vector image. Like I can show you creating vector image. This is some XML code that you have to write. Animation for the animation purpose. So how to create that? There is some XML code that generally people use to fetch it. Basically, if you have noticed that the images are like .png, but this vector created your XML file. Fine. So you can make changes into it. Like uh, you need to write some Java code for that, like setting a color to it, some color, or I mean basically a circle. Uh, what? Animate list, something, or visible. It's true. And then in the list you have to define item, like drawable, control Z, at the rate drawable, and check background, and duration, like for how long this transition will appear. So you can give this, and that's it. So this vector you can use by creating by yourself. So you need to R&D. We can't cover it everything. I mean, how to design the vectors in this small someday workshop. So many things to do. Now let's get back to the topic again. Colors. You can given your own color, just like I have given color primer. The light green color accent. Let's give it D3, D5, D6, the hex code of some gray color. Let's color primary dark color. Let's give it 00 BBCC. It's that color. Blue, light blue, very light blue. Fine. Or I can give DD. Fine. Now let's run the application and we'll see the color changes. Color primer I need to use in the style. Color primer. Fine. So this color primer will be used now. Look, color change. Green, light green, and look at the status bar. So color primary dark represent status bar color. And this color primer, this is the app color. And color accent is that basically that the which you are using for displaying the text, which you are displaying the text in your application. Fine. Which color is for which component? So as I explained you, color primary is basically a theme, the theme color. So color primary dark is the status bar, the background of the application. It generally must be same so that it appears same. Just for example, like people generally used to keep, if I show you this application, this is blue and this is the background in a dark color. Fine. So which at the rate color, what is at the rate color? As it is similar to at the rate string. At the rate string means it gives the reference to the values. At the rate color, you are going to parse the color file. The color file is this in the color, and the color it will search for color primer. So at the rate color means color, it need to search in the color, and the what's the color name? Color primer. Color accent, this color is used in the entire app for the text. Any text will be appear in this color accent. Fine, you can create, sir. Can I use color name? Yes, you can create your own color. For example, I am creating here color name red. I have created red color. Fine. I give the hex code of red. What is the hex code of red? RGB, yani FF0000. Red color. Fine. So you in the style you can use your theme as a red. Red. Now if I run the application, my theme will change to red. Rather than single color, can we use images? I'm not able to get your question. Let's suppose you have a okay for that, like you can have the drawables image. You have the image in the drawables. You can use the drawable images as a color instead of color. What you have to use? Why you have used color 4 times? Where I have used color 4 times? This 4 times because it is 4 colors. This is XML, na? In the XML language, like in the HTML, you define starting tag, you define the properties, you give it the values, and then tag close. Similarly, you have different attributes. You have different colors, so you have to give the colors. So whichever the color you want to use, you can use. This is the like our database of colors. Any color you want to use, just use @color and then give the color name. That's it. Right? So that is how the app theme you can make by yourself. There are so many things in the styles like telling about the like in our current application like red color comes. So action bar is dark action bar. Let's suppose you want without action bar. So you can have that as well. You don't want this red action bar. You want the full screen. So you have this no action bar. Let me run it. Now there will appear no action bar. Look, no action. No action bar is there. Have you opened these files? Which file? Have you opened these files? Vinayak, which files you are talking about? All the files showing on leftmost. I have expand them. I have expanded them. I am expanding it again. Let's suppose app. In the app there is RES. In the RES there is a drawable layout map values. I'm telling about the values. In the value there is a styles. In the styles we have this. Then we have the colors. So I have not created these. Any of these I haven't created. They are auto generated when the project is created. And now I'm adding the colors to it, just like I have added the red color. Fine. In the styles I am changing according to me. In the strings I have told you, you can create any string and you can use them. You can create any string with your name, and then whatever the text value you can give, you can use. Just like in the manifest, at the rate string, whatever the string you can show. You can have like this as well. You can show the direct this as well, like discover name. This is the name of the application. You can directly give hard code it, but it is not recommended that you are using the hard coded. You can even give the color hard coded as well. For example, this is a theme. In the color, you can give the directly hex code. You can give the hex code directly as well. but it is recommended to give the in the values, in the resource, in the values. All these given by Android Studio, yes. Not Android Studio, basically Android SDK. Now let's come to next activity. So remember in the first section we talk about the activity life cycle. Fine. Remember what are the methods of the activity life cycle? Please note write down here in the chat. I'm waiting. Activity life cycle methods on create, then after on create, on start, then on resume, then I press back. I press back button, then on pause, then which method call? On stop and then on destroy. Yes, correct. So I told you for any application we have the activity as before going to the session second session I designed this. Now I want like another page, another activity, like this is second activity, fine. I want to go from this activity to this. Clear? I want to go from this to this when I press sign in. Clear? When I press sign in, I want to go to this. In this screen, there is something for you like you have the information. Like I can say you have the train info, all the details. Like you have the list. You have the list like this. Sorry. You have a list. These details you need to show when you sign in. This list you want to show when you sign in, just like my this application. When sign in, I want to show this list. Clear? This is what I want. So what I call it? What is this? What is this? Please write down in the text. I'm waiting. What is this? What you call it? Basically, this page. This page. It's a layout as in perspective of design, but in reality, what is this? This is activity. This is activity. Behind it, it's a layout. Fine. Assumes as the main part is its soul. So this entire screen as main part is activity. Behind the code, the UI has no use. Activity. What is this? This is again activity. Activity 2, consider it, and I consider it as activity 1. Activity 1 and activity 2. I want to go from activity 1 and activity 2. Fine. Now, what's the magic? Like, I run the application. How my application knows that it has the two activities. Fine. So, which activity should happen when the application launch? Getting my point? Which activity must be launched when I run the application? When I press run button, when I press run, so which activity must launch? This or this? So when I click on this button, I will reach to this. But how this activity 1 will be open automatically? How? How this activity 1 will automatically open? Because of this code. Because of this code. Let me show you. What is this? Launcher, category launcher, and action is, what is the action? Main. Action is main. Clear? So, any activity, please note down, activity that you want to make your main activity. Main activity means the activity that is open on launch, that will begin with the launch, must have the intent filter with action main. Activity that you are going to make it main activity must have intent filter with action main. Clear? You have to make its action main and categories launcher at the time of launch, and you made it a main activity. Now let's today now I'm creating a second activity, that is from first page to another page you want to go. This is main activity which is starting now. I want, on click of the button, I want to go to the second activity. Right? How? That is the code that we will write it later before understanding the layout. Next section, next topic, I am going to trigger the layout. Fine. So you understand this topic, intent filter in the manifest file, the role of manifest file. What is manifest file? Manifest file. Manifest file. It is like, if I say, it is the controller. Controller in terms of control the application. Controller of application only. Like which screen should appear first? Main activity, the Java, I have a problem in this. What is the problem? Yes, brain of the application. What is the problem in main activity? Nobody asked me the question, sir, how, let's suppose we have different of design pages like this. Like this is the design page, we can have multiple design pages like this. So how it is known to activity, like which activity shows which layout? Getting my point? Look, if I say, let's, we have, we have layout 1 and we have activity but 2. Now we have layout 2 and we have activity 1. Fine. So how, like they are interrelated? How activity 2 knows that it has layout, it has to show layout 2. I mean, see, this is activity 2. Activity 2 is the soul, is the base. So how activity 2 knows that it has to show this layout rather than this layout. This layout is for the activity 1 coding. And activity 2 must have this layout. So how they are interrelated? Can anyone tell me? Any line of code? No. Manifest file, wrong answer. The relation between activity and layout. Who said the relation between activity and layout? How? That this layout must be part of this activity or this layout must be part of this activity. So the answer is this piece of code. No, no. This piece of code. It is handled by activity. In the activity, there is a line. You can note it down. In the activity, inside the onCreate method, we have a set content view. What is the meaning of set content view in हिंदी? हिंदी में क्या मतलब है set content view का? अगर एक इसको लेमैन में समझे कि आपको जो दिखाना है व्यू जो दिखाना है उसका कंटेंट सेट कराना है, ठीक है? तो व्हाट द व्यू? सो व्यू इज एक्टिविटी अंडरस्कोर मेन. दिस इज अ फाइल ना. दिस इज अ फाइल फॉर एक्टिविटी वन, the XML. So this is we are passing it. Now the question is, yes, the predefined content. I haven't written this. मैंने नहीं लिखा ये. When I create an activity, this automatically comes. But you must know, like for which activity, how to set the layout. Now my question is, what is the meaning of this? And one question we earlier had, like the integration of the activity, like this is Java code with layout XML. How activity and layout interact with each other? Is there any mediator? My question, yes or no? Is there any mediator in between them? DVX file just a converter that at the compile time. So how they are interacted? This DVX or DEX, this DEX converter generate a class with name R. What's the name of the class? Repeat it, please. What's the name of the class that is generated? R. Only R. I will go through it. The R class. The R is the generated file. How it is generated? Automatically when you compile it, when you create any resource, either it is when you create a project at that time is created or later on you add any. So let's go to this R class. I need to show you. I'll go inside it. In the base, in the generated, in the RES, in the RES values. Sorry, I need to go to the resource source. In the build config, it's in the debug over there. Debug com management step. This is the build configuration. App generated sources are debug R com management. My first step R.java. So this is I'm just showing you. You don't need to go through it. Just showing you opening it for understanding. This is auto generated for every resource of the application which you are going to use or not. Doesn't matter. Now we are going to search in this file for the layout. because we are going to use r dot layout now. So layout, let's search for the layout. R dot layout. There must be a class. See, there is a class r dot layout. Fine. In this is auto generated everything. Look, this is there is a hex code. This is XML, but this is XML codes and there is Java. This is Java, no? This is Java structure, static, final. This is array, integer type array. So this file is the combination of the hex codes and the Java. So this is automatically generated. So basically when you call r.layout, then that is called, and then it stores the reference of this activity underscore main. I hope it is clear to you. Because in the Java, we call with the dot operator we call, and with the dot we are calling, then since it's a static, since it's a static class, so we can directly call r dot layout, and then inside the layout there is a activity underscore main reference. And this is stored all in the R class, which is auto generated. Why we are not able to see R.Java in a SDK, please repeat. uh, it is there, but it is difficult for you to find. Let me show you again. You don't need to go through it. It is generated. Basically, on the top, select the project. In this list, select the project. Then in the app, then in the build, then in the generated, then in the not named R class sources R, then in the debug, then the R, in the com, sorry, in the com, in the management, in the first tab, there is a R.Java. Okay. So this is the way for interacting between the layout and the activity. Clear, guys? Now let's start our next topic, which is learning about the layouts. Fine. Any doubt here up to? Will there be more than one file like r.java? What you mean with the like r.java? There are some other generated files are there, but r.java is simply a that file that keeps the generated resources. There are the other like generated resources like PNGs or the resource values. Like this is a blank, but only r.java you would find. In the intermediates, maybe in the intermediate there is a Java C, there is a class. You remember we saw that dot class when today I created if you remember this one, in the morning I created abc.java and then I compiled it, it become abc class file. So the same thing happened here in the Java C. There is debug classes in the com in my package. You can see main activity dot class, and you can see this is the bytecode. This is the decompiled dot class file bytecode version. This is bytecode dot class file. Clear? Build file not in app on my side. It's okay, but it should be there. Might be you're not able to find it out, but it must be there. I got 4 files inside my print data binding folder. No R.Java included. Okay, please in the Telegram share the images where you face the any issues, any discrepancy between what you are seeing, what I am seeing. Post it in the Telegram. I will reply. Fine. But yeah, basics will never remain changed. If you have new Android Studio, you might be you face difficulty to find it out, but basic remains same. Like R is generated or like you there is a mediator you need it. You always need a mediator. Okay. Now let's move to the next. I'm opening a new slide now. Let's discuss the layout. Now we are going to design the page. Fine. So what is layout? So you were asking me the questions. I've given you the overview. What is layout? Now it's a technical answer. An Android layout is a class that handles arranging the way its children appear on the screen. Anything that is a view or inherits from view can be a child of a layout. All of the layouts inherit from a view group, which inherits from view. So you can nest layouts. Every view and view group object support their own variety of XML attributes. Now your question is what is a view? That's all about return is. Can be a child of a layout. Let me show you. Stuck. Fine. This is a this layout is a view group. Hello. Yeah. So this linear layout is a view group that holds the views inside it. This this is text view. This is edit text view. This is edit text. This is edit text. This is button, which is also called view. Everything is either a view group or a view. If you know that, like this, 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 this. Where is your bank account is in? Your bank account is in SBI. Your bank account is in ICICI, or your bank account is in some other bank. Select. Now, have you ever thought, give a thought to it? Like at a one time, you can select a single, either either this or this. But if you see, I'm able to, I can select this one, this one, this one. This is wrong. This is radio button. You can only select only any one. Am I right? This is radio button. I can select only one. But the property of radio button is like you should select anyone. Fine. So I need to keep it in a group. I need to grouping it. And then it's called radio group. So what I can say, single-handedly they are called, what they are called, single-handedly their existence is called radio button, and they are the, in a technical language what we are discussing, they are view, but what is this? This is view group. This single is view, this single is a view, this single is a view, but together they are called a view group. So my question is, this single that has the child, but it has a child, so this is called, this linear layout is called, what this linear layout is called view group, because it has child, it has child. Some people are confusing. Sometimes I used to say this activity, sometimes I used to say it's a layout. Now I'm saying it as a view group. It is confusing, is it? Vinayak, Sanket, Prachi, they are saying it is confusing. No, it is not. Manish is saying it's a little bit. Okay, let's clarify these terms. Activity is like functionality, like behind the structure, not structure of the code, structure of the, you can say code, or you can say it's a backbone of the page, of the screen. Clear? Yes, according to the context it changes, so you should understand the context. 9 sometimes appear to me 9 and it might appear to you 6. Activity is this. Now what's layout and view group? This would be a point, a genuine point. What's the difference in the layout and the view group? If you say a layout, I can say it's a view. But if I say it's a linear layout, it consider it as a view group that holds child in a Tree structure. Either a tree is or not tree structure, sorry. Chain holds child in a chain structure. So basically we have the layout. So layout have types, different types. Either it's linear layout, either it's relative layout, either it's table layout. I think these layouts that we have, you must have familiar about it because they all are the part of HTML as well. In the HTML also we have the layouts. I'm right. With the HTML you create the table. So these are the layout that are present in XML in the Android as well. XML. So you can use this layout and put your child accordingly. This is what about the overview of this presentation. Fine. Now you know that in the HTML we have the uh, like for every layout, for every like view. View means like button. Button is a view. In the HTML you have the, remember, you have the label. So at that time you define the font color, font size, etc., all those properties. Remember, which are your tags. So here are the tags that have the views. We have the button. You need to define the properties. Define properties. We will show you how to set the properties, which are called or attributes of the button. Fine, and then that button will be closed. Don't forget, close the button. In this way, the button get closed. You set the properties. Similarly, other views like text view. Then we have the other, like you have the what? You have the edit text. You have the radio group. Radio group. All these stuff are views. Fine. View or a view group. And they have the attributes and their values that you need to set. This is the layout, all about layout. I'm showing you in the presentation. And sir, are these tags used in XML? Yes, this is what we are showing in the next slide. Look, this is the proper code of a layout. This is linear layout. Fine. Now these are the properties you have to define. And this is the format you have to follow. What does wrap? Oh, we will come it. We will come. We will come on this. Just I'm explaining you. This is the tag with the name of the view or the view group. Then this tag button. Then text view. Then edit text. And if this, when you write this particular code, you will have this. Today's target. We will design this. After this code, you will get this. This is the layout design. Got it? Is it simple or tough? Is it simple or tough? Anyone who is saying it is tough? Mixture of both. टफ भी है सिंपल भी है medium tough. A new word today I found. Medium tough. Oh God. For the new guys who have never written, very tough for them. those who have never written code in HTML or XML, and easy for them who have experience of writing code in HTML. Fine. Viren Sharma is laughing. I don't know why he's laughing. Might be he's having very good experience in doing this. So like ignore that. So now let's discuss and make it simple. If it is complex, let's make it simple. Just understand the properties and understand about the linear layout. So linear layout organize element along a single line. Organizes elements along a single line. Either it is vertical, either it is horizontal. Fine. या तो अप से डाउन होगा, अप टू बॉटम, और लेफ्ट टू राइट होंगे अलाइनमेंट. जैसे क्या मतलब है इसका, समझते हैं. जैसे ये, इफ यू सी this, then then this, top to bottom. Fine. And now if I design a layout like this, now understand, this is your label. Label is like username. Fine. Then you have edit text box. Edit text box, like write the username. I'm writing the username. What username I should write? I should write Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli. Is it okay? I hope no one has a problem with this name after the yesterday match. Okay, fine. So now I am taking another view. I have now Sanket is having a problem with Virat Kohli. So yeah, everyone was missing Dhoni yesterday. Sign in. Now if you see, all these three views are horizontally aligned. MS Dhoni लिख दो. Okay, okay. Don't want to hurt anyone feeling now. Like Virat. I remove the Virat. Kohli. I'm going to write here MS Dhoni. This is MS Dhoni. That's MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni. Okay. Who used to make 2 runs in 10 balls. Okay. Fine. So I will now there is the views which are aligned horizontally, and they are the views that are aligned vertically. Fine. So this is linear layout structure. Fine. Is that fine? Okay. Now second thing is, let's suppose I want linear as well as horizontal. Linear as well as horizontal. Can you do it? Like I want, let's suppose I want a view like this. This is an app in which some of the views are vertical, like this, and some are horizontal, like this, then this, then this, and then we have a single button like this. Is it possible with linear layout? Can we achieve this design with linear layout? How? How can we achieve? Uh-huh. Two comments from a same person with yes and no. Let me check. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay. Someone said I'm confused. Okay. Oh, very nice. Who is P. Anita? This is nice. This you can take multiple linear layouts. Fine. So if I say this, this entire linear layout, you will take it as what you will say, how it should be. This must be a linear layout. This must be a linear layout. Fine. Then I said this, I said this. Then I need at this point of time, control set. At this point of time, I want another linear layout. I want a linear layout. इसका ओरिएंटेशन कैसा होना चाहिए? Orientation. What orientation I should take? Left to right, that is horizontal. And iska, what about the main parent? The main parent must have vertical. So the parent is vertical. Now we have a horizontal, and then this is a part of the. So this way we will create. We are going to achieve today this layout. Fine. Understand? I hope you understand. Yes. Okay. Now let's take another example with another property. Fine. Now let's suppose you want some devices are of 5 inch. Can we get videos of these lectures? Why you are not learning right now? Saif Iqbal. Why? You should learn in these lectures only. We will provide, you can find it YouTube. There are so many video tutorials are available on YouTube for linear layout or learning the Android. But at the time you can't ask the questions, you can't understand the basic, and the runtime you face error. That we will see it in this training. Fine. So now let's this is our another app screen. I have this edit text. Fine. Now let's suppose my text is so long. I mean, let's suppose someone has username like this. Sorry, like Abul Pakir Janama. Now, if you see, I'm just writing, and it's gone to the next line. See, are you able to see? Is to the next line rather than continuing the same line. Getting my point? So this term is called, what I will say, I will call it, this property is wrapping of the content. Wrapping of the content. Fine. Now, another is match parent. Another is match parent. Let's suppose I've created and I'm writing. Start writing. Now, if I give the property match parent, then it will not go to the next line. You keep continue right and it will go along. It will go outside the screen like this. And this is not acceptable. ये acceptable नहीं है. ये acceptable नहीं है. So that's why we keep the tab content. Fine. So are you able to understand what is match parent and wrap content? Wrap content, when you want the content get wrapped, it go to the next line. But in the match parent, we want to continue in the single line. Fine? Fine. Okay. Now, this wrap content property complete. This important two properties completed. Now, next properties. Let's move to the next properties. Width and the height. So the value that I have told, wrap content and the match parent, they belongs to the value of the attribute this, like width. So my question was regarding that. What should be the width of this? It should be wrap content or it should be match parent. So the attribute is the property is the width and its value is wrap content or the match parent. Height, similarly the height should be wrap content or match parent. Margin top, bottom, left, right. Now there is a two terms. One is called margin and one is called padding. How many of you guys knows the difference between margin and padding? Someone said margin is the distance from the boundary. I guess many of you who are saying even yes, they don't even know exactly. Margin is from the border. No, it could be padding as well. Padding space inside the cell seems better answer. This is the right answer I found. Space between content and the block is padding. Space between the content and the block is called padding. Content and the border. So how? Let me show you this portion. The difference between this content, this is called the padding. Fine. And let me tell you one good definition as well. One good explanation. It is the context based answer. Context based means padding and your margin belongs to the parent and the child. If I say this portion, sorry, if I talk about this box, if I talk about this box, only this box, this abul package, this edit text, this box, if I give the margin, if I give the margin to the box, it will this, it will be this part, margin left, margin top, margin right, and margin bottom. If I supply the margin property to this box, if I supply the margin property to this box, now if I give the padding to this box, then what happen? If I give the padding, then the content inside the this edit text will have that padding. I mean padding right 5 dp, padding bottom 3 dp, padding left 2 dp, and padding top 0 dp. dp means pixel density. There is the term dp is called pixel density. So all the calculation is according to dp, pixel density. I hope you understand now what is padding and what is margin. Clear? It is related to the parent and the child. Fine. Good. Now, okay. Other properties. Let's discuss about some other properties. This ID. Now, these properties also ID property, everyone must aware. Everybody knows. Because in the HTML, JavaScript, you are aware about this term, ID. ID is that integer ID that represent the attribute. Yes, attributes. जैसे अगर तुमने कोई बटन लिया, if you took any button, अगर तुमने ये बटन लिया है, fine, this is button. So how you will identify this button is clicked particularly in the coding, in the activity. Getting my point? In the activity, in the coding, how you will understand that this particular button is clicked. So through the ID you will identify. How to set which text on which text view? Through ID you will identify. ID is the identifier. Now, how to give the ID? This code, this piece of XML code you write in the XML file. Android ID is not like give the ID like 123 or button. Like if you give BTN, this is wrong. This is not the way to give the ID in XML. How to give the ID? This way. At the rate plus ID, my button. How? Let me write it in this code. Let me show you. Let's suppose this is a button. I want to understand like this button, this particular button is clicked. So enter ID. I don't need to do anything. This is IntelliJ, very intelligent. I just know the little bit name ID. It will give me anything. Like I am going to press enter. It will show me at the rate plus ID. At the rate plus ID. Now I can give the ID name. Sign in. Sign in. That's it. A new ID is created. Now the question is, sir, why plus is written? What is the meaning of this plus? The plus is new ID is creating. We are creating a new ID. And at the rate is because this at the rate is verb as a parser. As a this will read it. Fine. You have supplied at the rate. Now in the Java code, if I go through it, I can access it using, see, look at my code, r dot id, id is already, dot sign in. See, I just written in the XML and activity aware about it. How? Activity aware about it. Activity knows that there is a sign, there is a ID, sign in. How? Because at the rate told like it is passed and its reference is created in R file and you can access. Clear this point. Image view come later. I will come later. So this is the way to create an ID. Who is asking what is R view? I explained you what is R. What is R class? Vinayak, what is R class? R. What is class R? Who will tell me what is R class? R. Yes, I have used R.layout, but I explained you behind the line. In the build, I shown you r.java class. What was written in that class? r.java. Yes, generated file. In that generated class, there is a resources. All resources are referenced over there. सारे resources का reference मतलब layout, image, IDs, string, color, everything, every resource is in that r.java file. And in the Java code, in the activity, you can use it with the help of r dot. R देन तुम एक्सेस करोगे क्या एक्सेस करना है आईडी करनी है लेआउट करना है या क्या चीज whichever the things you want to access you can access with r dot. If you want to access layout then r dot layout. If you want to access id r dot id. If you want to access color r dot color. And then after id you will click how will be the attendance because babu you want attendance you don't want to learn. uh, So attendance is not a part of my curriculum. It is a part of the team member. They will go through it. Fine. So attendance पे हम बाद में आएंगे. अभी हम थोड़ा सा जो पढ़ रहे हैं अभी उस पे फोकस करते हैं 4 बजे तक तो up to the 5 up to the 4 sorry not 5. So I hope you know that now what is R and what is its significance. Significance of R is it is a mediator between XML and between the Java. Fine plays a crucial role for the resources. Okay, तो स्टार्ट करें लेआउट बनाना स्टार्ट करें अब न्यू एक्टिविटी बनानी है हमें. Okay, now we are going to understand the linear layout. All the important properties I have explained you. ID, rest of the properties once come I will let you know the important properties once designing. I will start designing with you guys. Okay, please make a new file. Yes, I will create a separate activity. I will treat it as a new project. No issues. Clear? I will do it according to you, not according to me. This is an app you have created. This is a Java and this is a resource. Fine. So guys, what you guys need to do, you are going to create a new activity fresh. Previous activity, let it be there. Where you had the main activity, keep it here. Fine. Now, where you have the main activity, go to its package. Remember to follow the sequence, the package sequence, the flow. Fine, the expand. So com.management.first step. In this first step, right click on the package name, new, and then activity, and then select empty activity. I am repeating it again. On the package where you have the main activity, just at the where you have activity, main activity, how you will find the package, repeating it again. In the app, first in the Android, first the top dot Android, Java, in the com, not test, not Android test, in com, in the com. Then in the my first step, then in the main activity. So you are not doing anything in main activity. In the package, right click, new activity, and then select empty activity. Fine. Now name it, give the name. You can keep it main to activity. I have no problem. I have no problem. You can give it main activity or you can rename it any name. Fine. I'm keeping it same so that nobody will do any mistake. Main to activity. Keep it. Finish. Look, wait. Before finishing, you can see this. Are you able to see this point? This is activity underscore main to general layout file generate. So with this activity automatically layout is generated. Okay, then don't ask me this question, sir. How this layout created? I have created only activity. How this layout? Because you are creating the layout as well. Finish. Now you can see main two activities created with the layout is activity underscore main two. Activity underscore main two, a layout is created which you can see in the. Now your question is, sir, where is the activity underscore main two? I want to see. One thing you can see, control and then press this. Press control in keyboard and then click. Second, in the RES, in the resource, in the layout, and there you have activity underscore main 2. Fine? Clear? Still Gradle sync is started. Created new activity, Gradle sync is started. Gradle sync is running. What is written in line 2? The current code in the present screen share. Okay. So basically, Vinayak, today in terms of layout, we are seeing only linear layout. We are focusing on the linear layout. There are different types of layout available in Android. There are different types of layout available in Android. One of them is constraint layout. Constraint layout. So we are not going to use constraint layout today. Just remove this. Select this like this. The way I have selected, select this and press backspace. Clear? And start pressing L capital INEA and linear layout appear. Clear to you? Is that clear or I need to repeat? UTF? Okay, I will tell you what is UTF. Please repeat. I am repeating it again. This is auto generated code. फाइन. अभी तक मैंने एक्टिविटी मेन टू मैंने तो नहीं बनाई थी. ऑटोमेटिक जनरेट हुई थी. Activity underscore main to it is created, it is generated automatically, and this code I have not written. It is I'm doing in front of you. This is automatic generated code. So I am making changes. I am customizing it according to me. I am removing this constraint layout. Removed. Now error, because for every screen there is a parent layout necessary, and that parent layout is I am taking linear layout. Enter. I write linear layout and disappears. Fine, no error now. Clear? Is that clear? Fine. Now in this linear layout, sir, in version I don't have management. Come on. I don't have management in com folder. Dear. Basically, this is package name. You can, whatever the package name you have given, it will display like that only. It's not same. Let's suppose my application name is my first app. Maybe your application name is my second app. Later on, I will create second app. Then the package name will become com dot management dot whatever I will write. I can give com dot guwahati dot second app. Okay. So it is user defined package. Yes, it is user defined package. Yesterday I created the project I shown you, na? And later on I will create different project. It will come to know. You will come to know. Fine. Now question is appear what is UTF-8. So those who did the programming in HTML, CSS, they already aware about encoding. UTF-8, UTF-16, it is basically character encoding. What kind of a characters it can take? It can take the character of UTF-8 encoding. This is necessary because it describes about like this page have the this is page, this is XML page, not any other language page. This is of version 1 and encoding that this page is following is UTF-8. It comes as a meta character. Yes, this even this is as a metadata. This all this automatically came because you are going to use this tag Android like this, Android layout with Android height. If you remove this, it will start giving error. If you remove this, this will start giving you error because this is XML, not HTML. In XML, this is user defined tags. This XML don't understand what is Android. So you have to tell it that what is this Android? This Android is coming from this local repository, this local source that you have downloaded yesterday now, but it is coming from this. Similarly, app we are not using in this because app is a app is that preprocessor that is used for yeah, constraint layout or the new those things. Now tool, that if we going to use tools like what is the context? Context is we are telling it. It is not necessary because you have already told to activity main to activity that this XML. Now this linear layout. Now I'm defining that. So why you using Android? I have to use. Let's suppose. Let me show you again. Orientation. I'm giving orientation. I have to give the linear layout orientation. So when I press orientation, automatically Android appear in beginning. So it is automatically because orientation does not have its own existence. It's a part of an Android preprocessor. So you have to use it. Now orientation is vertical. Vertical. Now any alignment will be vertical. Now it's very simple. Take it a text view. Not text view, edit text. I'm taking edit text. Look how I am doing. This what say? Which bracket is this? Angular bracket. Angular bracket. Then edit text. EDIT. I just write EDIT. Now press enter. Width. Now select the width. Wrap content or match? I think wrap content is good. Right? Wrap content. Height. Wrap content is good. Because if you give match content and you keep writing, then your data will not appear. Fine. Now give the ID to it. ID automatically appears. Enter. At the ID, I gave it username. Clear? Fine. Now I am closing the bracket. Angular bracket. Close. Now look at the design. You see this design, this is edit text. This is edit text and look at its size. There is nothing in it. That is why it is in the corner and nothing is in it. So you can give the margin to it. Margin. You can give the margin 15 dp. Clear? Why Amit Bansal? Who is Amit Bansal? Who is who is the Amit Bansal? The Bansal mention. I mean the honor of the Bansal and Bansal group. Okay, so margin, after giving the margin, look from the top, from the left, from the right, there is a margin. Fine. So this is the margin. You can give the padding for the inside text. Sorry. Enter, give the padding. Padding 15 dp. I've given the padding 15 dp so much, like 10 dp. And how much dp size padding you need to give, you will decide it later. Why you have used edit text? I have used edit text because I will enter the edit text. I need to enter the text. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let's suppose I take a edit text in this as well. Don't do this. This is I just giving you like this. This is just I'm telling you don't do this. I'm just running the application now again. Let's see this. Why I have taken the edit text. This is a demo of edit text. Why I have used edit text here in the second activity. Because edit text is like this. This is edit text. Like you can enter anything. Fine. But can I write anything here? No. Oh, sorry. Edit text. But if this is a linear layout, this is already a text. Can I write it over it? No, I can't write it. You will see it in this once the Gradle build complete. What is TTL? Is it like text box? It is like text box, but text box, yes, it is text box. It in the XML it is text box where you enter the text. In the edit text, it is edit text where you write the text. In the HTML there is a label, but in XML we have a text view. Clear है? Like text view I create like text view. Text view, wrap content, height is again wrap content, and I give the text. Let's use the some text property. Let use some text property. Text like username, right? And text size you can also give size. Text size is must be given in SP, 16 SP. Now my device is ready. I can show you. Click like this. I can enter the text here. Look, Manish. I can enter the text, but this is text view element. I cannot enter anything here. Here I can type Manish. How are you? This is app content. Manish, how are you? Fine. Understand? So it's already 4 now. Let's close. Let's wrap up this session. So your task is to design this. Only design. Functionality we will do it tomorrow. This. The PPT will be shared to you on Google Drive. Can't we do it by drag and drop? You can do it by drag and drop, but learning purpose, you are not a child anymore. I mean, remember बाइजू बाइजू और what are the other जिसमें वो चिंटू होता है चिंटू चिंटू ने ऐप बना दी एंड पीपल गैदर्ड इन देयर हाउस चिंटू ने जो ऐप बनाई है तो जो चिंटू की ऐप है उसने ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप करके बनाई है तो दैट चिंटू ऐप आई डोंट वांट यू मेक अ चिंटू ऐप You should make an app by coding yourself so that any customization you want to do, you can do by yourself. Any trainer in the 7 days training can help you learn in drag and drop. But I prefer the coding because in that you can do any kind of customization. Okay, so you need to design this. Take button, then text view, then edit text, then text view, then edit text. Clear? Just design it tomorrow for tomorrow. I am pasting even this code here. If anyone want to, only for reference. Only for reference. This is only for your reference. But don't copy, please, please. It's for this workshop is for you. Another code is something like this, like for horizontal, where orientation horizontal. So make sure like how to take the linear layout. If you want like another like this is the linear layout, orientation vertical, fine. Now text view, edit text. Now you want another linear layout. So just after edit text complete, take another linear layout, and then give the height, width. Now, now important thing is in the width you will give match parent because you want to cover the entire screen from horizontally. Clear? Now orientation is its horizontal and this linear layout is still open. It is closed now. But in the middle of the linear layout we will take edit text. Like copy and paste. If you see this, copy paste, copy. Now again copy paste. Now see the design now. Look, one edit text. If you see here, top there is edit text. Then there is two edit text horizontally. Okay, I will share the PPTs, no issue. But please focus on Velu Kumar. You haven't asked a single question. Now you are asking for PPT. What is this? ये acceptable नहीं है. So like this. Understand? I hope you understand and how to give the orientation to the linear layout. You can give this way. In the design, there is a design tab, there is a text tab. In the design, you can see the design. In the text tab, you can see the text. And give the ID always different. If you given the username, the next ID will be password. MC password. Okay. So I am done with today. Other properties we will see tomorrow. YouTube channel का नाम I have a personal YouTube channel. We'll share it later. And otherwise, you can go to the YouTube. Other channels are there for learning. Okay, that's it for today's session. I'm stopping the sharing, and that's all from my end. Viplesh, um, uh,
Thank you, Abhishek.
thank you.
So for today, we can wind up the session now.
Yes,
Okay, so tomorrow we will be having a day 3 session at 10 a.m. sharp. Uh, all participants are requested to be on time. And any information regarding the course, you can find it in the Telegram group or in the Google Drive, which we have already shared with you in the registration confirmation. Thank you, everyone.